Lately, it's been popular for people to stream their studio sessions. And for better or for worse, I gotta say, it's groundbreaking. Remember, this process is sacred. It's always been kept quiet. And through all the clickbait and drama, I like where this is headed. But the bottom line is, mixing the studio and streaming has always been difficult. Until now. I'm Casey. I'm an audio engineer, and I own Verify Sound's recording studio in Richmond, Virginia. In today's video, I'll break down what I believe is the perfect recording studio and streaming setup. Every piece of this setup was chosen with three things in mind: routing, efficiency, and control. Routing. With streaming, routing is everything. Who gets to see what, who hears what, at what volume, and how does everything connect? Efficiency. With all that routing, how do we keep our systems fast? When I record clients, I already have headphone mixes. They match my templates and interface. So how do I seamlessly add streaming into that? And control. I'm a fast engineer. I know my shortcuts, I know my faders, but efficiency is the balance between speed and control. So when new gear or software comes in, we need ways to control it. So let's start with the computers. Yeah, plural. I'm using two Mac Minis, both Apple Silicon. One is for recording only. That keeps my DAW sessions stable, lightweight, never slowed down by like other apps and stuff. The other Mac Mini is for streaming. OBS, graphics, overlays, chat management, all separate from the recording machine. You may ask, why two computers? Splitting the workload means no matter what happens on stream, my client's recording session is untouched. That's control. Now, audio interfaces. I'm running an Apollo Twin from Universal Audio, and here's why it matters. I always monitor vocals through UAD, never the DAW, for two reasons. One, I can use cue mixes to separate audio. The artist can mute their mic in the headphones if they don't want to hear themselves, but the signal can still come through my monitors, or in this case, the stream. Two, Apollo interfaces record with effects, compressors, EQ, all with no latency. And they're the only interfaces with official Antares Auto-Tune built in. No subscriptions, no DAW needed. Monitor exactly how you want your vocals. Then you can send it to your DAW with or without those effects. Here's where it gets tricky. Programs like OBS and Zoom only listen to your first two inputs. That means no DAW audio, no system audio, just your microphones. We don't want that. We want a full stereo mix. So with UAD Console, I build virtual channels. System audio on one, DAW audio on another. Mics on their own. Now everything's ready to be mixed. To bring in your system audio into the UAD, all you have to do is go to your audio MIDI setup, go to your Universal Audio Thunderbolt, go to configure speakers, and make sure your left and right is set to virtual 1 and virtual 2. The final step is the aux channel. That's my stereo bus I mentioned. I send everything to that aux, and that's the channel that OBS hears. If I need volume changes, I do that inside console. And I go one step further. I send that aux out of my Apollo into my streaming interface. Since apps only hear the first two inputs, I just make sure those inputs are at line level and I'm good to go. Now, audio never lines up perfectly with video. So in OBS, I use sync offset, usually around 200 to 350 milliseconds. Just test it, adjust it. But that's my starting point. Next is DAW control. I use the Avid Artist Control as my main command center. Faders, shortcuts, workflow, all mapped right in front of me. For streaming, I pair my UAD console with the Stream Deck. This is clutch because I can mute the UAD channels instantly. So if a private convo happens, I mute my mic or the artist's mic, but the DAW still plays for the audience, just to keep the stream still interactive. You know what I mean? That's the balance between private and public. For video, I shoot on an A7SIII through an Elgato CamLink into the streaming Mac. I also run a webcam into the booth with the USB over Ethernet. Eventually, I'll add a real B cam, but that really suits me for right now. And that's the setup: routing, efficiency, and control. Two computers, an Apollo interface, and a Stream Deck. And if you want to see this live in action, watch one of these. I'll see you there.